Well, it's a do-or-die battle for Mamata Banerjee. Like I said, it's a high-stakes battle indeed in West Bengal, in Nandigram in particular, where the Chief Minister filed her nomination papers today. The CM is pitted against her former protégé and now BJP leader Suvendu Adhikari, who is also a contestant from Nandigram. Mamata Banerjee filed her nomination papers from the subdivisional office in Haldia earlier today. She returned to Nandigram and addressed the people there, appealing to the farmers to vote for her. Remember, Mamata has been associated with Nandigram since her agitation, supporting farmers against land acquisition in the area way back in 2007. Meanwhile, BJP leader Suvendu Adhikari, who is the sitting MLA, held a road show in Nandigram as well this morning, taking a swipe at Mamata's Hindu card jibe. Suvendu retorted, saying that he is doing Vikas politics and not religion politics. In fact, we have inputs coming in from both the sides. Let's listen in to Mamata Banerjee first and then Suvendu Adhikari as well.
যারা হিন্দু মুসলমান করছেন তাদের আমি পরিষ্কার বলি, শুনে রাখুন, আমিও হিন্দু ঘরের মেয়ে। আমার সাথে হিন্দু কার্ড খেলতে যাবেন না। আমার সাথে হিন্দু কার্ড খেলতে গেলে আগে বলুন আপনি নিজে ভালো হিন্দু কিনা। হিন্দু ধর্মের আদর্শ মানুষকে ভালোবাসা।
निर्वाचन विकास के नाम पर होता है। ओके। हाँ, विकास के नाम पर। हाँ, रोजगार के नाम पर। ओके। इंडस्ट्री के नाम पर।
धर्म के नाम पे नहीं,
धर्म पर नाम वो धर्म कर रहा है।
वो धर्म की राजनीति कर रहे हैं, आप लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं।
हाँ, वो भी कर रहा है, वाम मोर्चा कर रहा है। वाम मोर्चा का कैंपेनर अब्बास सिद्दीकी, उसकी कैंपेनर तोहा सिद्दीकी।
All right, let me introduce my guests on the panel today. Dr. Indranil Khan, spokesperson of the BJP, joining us from West Bengal. Also, Touseef Khan, advocate and political analyst, a supporter of the TMC, joining us this afternoon. Good afternoon to the two of you. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to ask you, Dr. Indranil Khan, that, Suvendu Adhikari has said that Mamata Banerjee is playing the religion card. Now, I want you to explain to us why you think she's playing the religion card. She's visited a temple in Nandigram. She visited the Dargah as well. And then in the same breath, Mr. Adhikari also says that she recited the mantras wrong. And also in the same breath going to say how Yogi would do a better job. So I don't understand. Wouldn't this be a case of the pot calling the kettle black?
Afraid of losing election, Manipur, Mamata Banerjee has now fled to Nandigram. And I did not say anything. The people of West Bengal know very well over the last 10 years how totally appeasement politics has taken the front bench for Mamata Banerjee, and she has concentrated more on appeasing a particular section of the society, be it beating students who had demanded Saraswati Puja to be held in their schools, or be it in fact 2 of the students were killed in Daribhit because they protested against the Urdu language imposition, that is in Uttar Dinajpur district. And from wearing hijab to stopping Durga Puja immersion due to Maharam, and now to patronizing riots. In fact, Mamata Banerjee herself said, we did not say anything, Mamata Banerjee herself said that...
No, but Indranil Khan, what Mamata Banerjee has done, in fact, is to tell you that if you want to play the religion card, I can play it better. Is that what is rattling you? Let me get in Touseef Khan as well. Touseef Khan, Mamata Banerjee, I'll come back to you. Let's keep it a little fast-paced. Touseef Khan, the fact is that BJP has been crying hoarse about Mamata Banerjee playing appeasement politics. And you heard Mr. Indranil Khan raking that up again just now. Is that the reason why Mamata has decided to go down this road, displaying her religiosity? Because we haven't seen her doing this before. Isn't she falling into the BJP's trap? Because, you have to practice what you preach. On one hand, to say religion is personal, and then going ahead to do exactly the opposite. You're displaying your Hindu card. You are reciting mantras and rattling off shlokas with great panache, I must say. What does that mean now? Is Mamata Banerjee playing the catch-up game with the BJP on this?
No, her, offering prayers is nothing new. She does that every day. Yes, you media would not get to see it so often because nominations are not filed every day. Elections do not happen every day. So
when there is display it now? That's what I'm asking you.
It's not a question of displaying. It's a question of belief. She believes in her God and she is she's reading her prayer because it is an important event in her life. She's going to file a nomination. She wants to win from Nandigram. So why can't she practice her own religion? In fact, she's teaching BJPs
well,
that
somewhere is there also a
play
realization that the demography of Nandigram is such that while you need the minority votes, you need the majority votes even more. Is that another reason? Because that's what our run reporters tell us, that this is a carefully thought out strategy. You may try to, of course, put it in any other way, but it's pretty clear that this is a conscious decision to also play the religion card. Why not admit it? It's there for everyone to see. I mean, the people are not fools. One can see that this is happening. And what is sad, of course, I would like to point out that Nandigram, that used to be the symbol of the farmers' movement, that used to be the seat of the anti-land acquisition movement, has now become a seat of polarization politics. Mr. Indranil Khan?
Says because Mamata Banerjee has been doing polarization politics since 2011. People had hoped for Parivartan, but what the Parivartan was in terms of her governance. She was a good opposition leader. But regarding governance, she totally failed, be it in industries, be it in economics, be it health. Everywhere she has been a failure. And to compensate that, she took to vote bank politics. And that's why we have seen riots in Bashirhat, in Dhulagarh, in Kaliaganj. We have seen very violent protests during the anti-CA that protest. And it was, there were so many buses, trains that were killed or that were set to fire. And Mamata Banerjee stayed a mute spectator to all this, and she patronized this riots because in the aftermath of this riots, it was only the people of one particular community who were given case, who were booked under various sections. And that's why the people of West Bengal have seen how this brazen appeasement politics has taken the supreme, the most important factor that Mamata Banerjee has been practicing over the 10 years. And now she is doing a temple run before the polls, just to because she now knows that she has no ground, no soil beneath her, and that's why she is resorting to temple politics and all these things. Temple run. But people of West Bengal are not so stupid to not realize her shift and all this fake politics of religious identity politics. Because people of West Bengal have seen her brazen appeasement politics, be it beating students, be it you have seen the police.
But how will Suvendu Adhikari, Mr. Indranil Khan, inspire confidence in the voters in Nandigram? Until yesterday, he was the front man of Mamata Banerjee. How will the voters reconcile to the fact that today he has become the enemy-in-chief of Mamata Banerjee? For the voters to reconcile to that is also something that your party must consider. And of course, the fact of the matter is, Touseef Khan, that your internal rot is getting exposed by members who were earlier with the TMC. They have moved across and now they are opening out all the closet for the BJP to see the kind of skeletons that are there, which Indranil Khan is referring to. So clearly they have got access to what was going on in the TMC, and which is why the Prime Minister says Khela Shesh. How do you respond to that?
No, the sentiments of the people in Nandigram is with Mamata Banerjee, because here Mamata Banerjee is the victim. Mamata Banerjee's lieutenant has defected her, and therefore in the eye of the people, the sentiment of the people will be with Mamata Banerjee. People will ask Suvendu Adhikari, why did you betray her at the time of election? Right when the election is near, you are betraying her. Secondly, you see, Suvendu Adhikari says that he is the son of the soil and that Mamata Banerjee is an outsider in Nandigram. What kind of logic is that? The same Suvendu Adhikari protests when people from Gujarat comes. People from Gujarat and people from Madhya Pradesh are not outsiders. But Mamata Banerjee, who is a Bengali chief minister, she becomes an outsider in her own state. So this
no,
beats
please
the logic.
speak, when it's your turn, otherwise it overlaps. Yes.
BJP stands exposed to the the confusion they are suffering from, the lack of logic that they have in their argument. BJP stands totally exposed.
But you did not answer my question when I asked you that these are all members of the TMC until yesterday who are exposing you. So therefore, obviously, there would be much credibility to what they are saying, unfortunately, for the TMC, because they were on your side. And now if they go to the other side and expose you and give out your internal rot, Therefore, that is something that the TMC must be wary of, because these were your members from your party giving out the stories that Indranil Khan is referring to. I want Mr. Indranil Khan to respond to this. Why do you call Mamata Banerjee an outsider? What Touseef Khan is asking you, how is she an outsider in Nandigram? She is a daughter of Bengal. Her entire politics was shaped from Singur and Nandigram. And she says, I can forget my name, I cannot forget Nandigram. How can Mamata Banerjee be an outsider that the BJP is trying to project her as?
As much a daughter of Bengal, as much as is Radharani Nashkar of South 20 Parganas. She was brutally shot by the different TMC hooligans. She was tortured and she had to be admitted in hospital for 20 days just because she was a BJP worker. She is no less a daughter of West Bengal, and this outsider, insider politics, this has been imported by Mamata Banerjee herself, because Mamata Banerjee has no other issue, because she has no development work to show to the people. That's why
Adhikari calling Mamata Banerjee an outsider from Nandigram.
And there has been, if the,
no, we are talking about
Nandigram.
How is Mamata an outsider in Nandigram?
It's the people of Nandigram who has been betrayed by Mamata Banerjee. Because over the last 10 years, it was Mamata Banerjee who had forgotten Nandigram. She now considers Nandigram a lucky ground. How can it be lucky when 14 people had lost their lives in a very barbaric assault by the CPI?
People from government are not an outsider in Bengal, but Mamata Banerjee becomes an outsider in Nandigram.
Will call a blood.
It beats all logic.
Then that
wait, let's listen to both the guests one by one, please. Let Mr. Indranil Khan complete. Yes, complete your point, please.
Is that if there has been anyone who has been betrayed, is the people of Nandigram, because Mamata Banerjee had told lots of promises about doing something for Nandigram. But at the end of 10 years, the people of Nandigram feel defeated because they feel that Mamata Banerjee has betrayed them. There has been no development on the ground. There has been no industries. There has been no peace and tranquility in Nandigram. In fact, the people of Nandigram have to go to other states for better health, for jobs and all these things. And even yesterday, Mamata Banerjee now claimed that she wants to open a university in Nandigram. What was she doing for all these 10 years? Now she is remembering Nandigram after 10 years when she has,
let
she has
Mr.
to contest from
Touseef
Nandigram.
Khan respond, and we need to close this. But the fact of the matter is, Indranil Khan, when it comes to the catchphrases, Mamata seems to be ahead in the game, and the BJP is only now retorting, whether it's the syndicate Bob, which Mamata has responded saying Amit Shah and Modi are the ones running the syndicate. When it comes to the Khela Hobe slogan, now BJP is catching up with Khela Shesh. So some way Mamata is setting the agenda as well, and BJP is catching up. So it's working both ways. Touseef Khan, last words to you, and I need to close this discussion.
Topics from our political activity.
No. We have seen when Mamata
Touseef Khan,
Banerjee,
please respond. Yes.
Mamata Banerjee held rally yesterday and has gone to submit her nomination paper today, and we have seen the people of Nandigram, the kind of support they have shown, and this is why BJP is at a loss. They don't know how to respond, and that's why you see these bizarre statements like Mamata Banerjee is an outsider in Nandigram coming from BJP. They are at a complete loss. They have conceded their defeat. There is a division in BJP party itself.
That's why Mamata Banerjee is stopping, because when Narendra Modi does a rally, Mamata Banerjee does it at the same time.
The other group consists
when
of
Amit Shah does
Mukul Roy.
Mamata Banerjee does it.
Well, ultimately, it's the voters of Nandigram to decide. It's going to be an interesting contest for sure. Nandigram is going to be the constituency to watch out for. Both sides are claiming that they are the real. It's like an ownership battle in some ways. Both leaders trying to appropriate Nandigram to their advantage, saying they are the true daughter/son of the soil, but it will be for the voters to decide. Indranil Khan and Touseef Khan, thank you so much for joining us on Big Story today.